Hello and good afternoon and good morning. Sorry, I've been slightly put off. I don't know whether you can hear that, but some tree surgeons have arrived in the adjacent property. They've got some large trees. They've got an extended bit of ground next door, quite a large area, and the tree surgeons have just arrived just as I was about to go live. I actually wish I'd known. I wish they'd said. I would have gone out and spoke to the tree divas. I know the trees are half asleep this time of year, but I still like to let nature know when we're going to be doing any kind of large-scale work on trees. At the moment, they're only there's a huge beech hedge, so they're just taking that down. But if you can't hear me, let me know, and I may have to do the live a little bit later. If you can hear me, if you're joining me live, you can give me a thumbs up, let me know you can hear me okay. That would be great. If you're joining me live, if you can put, just let me know you're here. And put comments in as we go. If you're joining me on replay, yeah, just put your comments in. I always get back to everybody to see if what I said has resonated, if you need any help and things like that. So I hope you can hear me over that noise next door. It's quite loud to me, so I'm hoping it's not too loud to you. So, yeah, we're here today to talk about the power of intention. Intention is incredibly important, but I wanted to talk to you about the depth of intention. So, yeah, how our intent creates our physical reality. So if you're at a place at the moment where you're, let me put that down, sorry, things in my hand, not good. If you're at a place in your life where you're looking around, you're thinking, God, you know, where's my next level of success? Where's any success? If you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling trapped, if your life's just not what you want it to be. You know, you're going through the motions, you're getting up every day, but it's all very mundane. Time's slipping away, the days are going away. You got round to Friday again, thank God, another week over. Hit the weekend, Monday morning comes around. Oh no, another week doing the job you don't like or whatever. And you're, in essence, just living day to day. You're not actually achieving anything. The clock's slowly ticking away, and you might be thinking, yeah, but there's still time yet. You know, there's still time yet. I'll get my act together. And you may have hit the new year full of great intention on what you wanted to achieve. You thought, right, we hit January, don't we? We go, right, this is the year. This is the year I'm going to make that big difference. This is the year where I'm going to go self-employed. This is the year when I'm going to make 10 grand a month. This is the year when I'm going to be able to get that dream car, the dream house, the dream relationship. And then as we slide through January, it's inevitable. If we haven't set clearly defined goals, we haven't got clearly defined actions to take. So we end up floundering around, sort of doing bits and bobs, it not really making a difference. And then we slip back into safe thinking patterns of, oh, that, you know, I feel comfortable here. You know, I'm not overly stretched, I'm not overly pushed. I feel okay. So obviously this is where I'm meant to be. And what we've done is we've slipped back into a comfort zone. With change and with growth comes resistance. And what I wanted to talk about is how important your intention is on navigating that resistance. So let's say at the beginning of the year, you wanted 2020, excuse me if I look down, I've got some notes, I had to make some because of the tree surgeon. If you wanted 2020 to be a year that was significantly different to all the others that you've experienced, like I say, you probably made New Year's resolutions. I did, I made New Year's resolutions about health and fitness, about business goals, income per month, things I wanted to achieve, so that I had clearly defined actionable steps to get there. Because this is something I've been doing for many years, but I know a lot of people, their New Year's resolutions simply become almost like vague promises, vague goals. You know, like I want to lose weight. Well, you need to define exactly how much with clearly defined goals along the way. I have a lot of weight to lose this year because I've had a back problem that's finally got better, so my movement is now unrestricted. So I have clearly defined health and fitness goals, which I am meeting my targets and in cases exceeding them, which is great. So those actionable steps. And where does your intent come into that? Because your intent is the activation of your awareness. So there's a lot of work been done lately on loads of research over the years on human consciousness and how human consciousness creates your reality. So probably many people watching this will be familiar with the work of Abraham Hicks, the law of attraction. And definitely, yes, we do attract how we feel, what we focus our attention on. So if we are focused on scarcity and lack in our lives, thinking, oh no, I haven't got enough money to last the end of the month, what am I going to do? Inherently, we're telling ourselves we haven't got enough money to last the end of the month, and we can't see how more money is going to come into our lives. Therefore, we're focusing on the lack of what we want, not focusing on the feelings of how great would it be if I didn't have that concern. If I had plenty of money, how would I really feel? And stepping into those feelings, feeling gratitude, feeling abundant. It's so important to take those steps when you have nothing. And trust me, I have been there. When I left my abusive marriage, I literally left with a few carrier bags, 2 kids and my car. But my overriding feeling was one of gratitude because we were alive and we were safe. Ensuing then came the troubles of money, courts, all the rest of it to really drag you down. But above all, it's about concentrating on that gratitude and feeling abundant, which is also an expression of your intent. So, as I say, when you want to change things, we make clearly defined goals. We intend to do something, but intend isn't the same as intention. So we intend to create 10k months, or we intend to bring in more clients, or we intend to, whatever your intention may be. So think about the intentions you set, your sort of New Year's resolutions, your goals, and you set those hoping that this year you were going to achieve them. Now, did you have a clear plan to achieving them, or have you slipped back into your 2019 habits? So when we're doing something new and challenging ourselves, we automatically face resistance because we're trying to do something different. Excuse me, my phone was just flashing up messages and I couldn't see my beautiful face then. Sorry, I'm joking. So we face resistance. Now, when we face resistance, we are inclined to fall back, like I say, into our safe patterns of, oh, this feels okay because this feels normal. But actually what we've done is our body's just gone, this feels like I normally feel. I don't like doing different things because I feel challenging. It challenges me in how I feel, therefore it challenges my thinking. My thinking is not what I'm used to, therefore it promotes feelings of anxiety, which conjures up fear of failure. Therefore I stop trying because now I think, oh, I'm back down to my normal self, but I'm not going to fail, but doesn't it feel great? And we go into a thinking feeling cycle that brings us back down to where we were, which is actually where we're trying to get away from. So we face this resistance because that's just, we're hardwired to step away from challenges, if you like, because on an instinctual level, challenges can be life-threatening. So we step away from them. Now, if you're going to face that resistance, do you want to face that resistance over a short period of time and get it over and done with? Or do you want to face it over a long period of time and drag it out? Now, most people would say short period of time. Now, how we get through that is through momentum. The more progress we make, like with me, my weight loss and health goals, plans, the more progress I make, the more likely I am to stick to it because the momentum keeps me going. So we have a long-term vision out there and we have short-term goals, and those short-term goals and hitting those goals keeps the momentum going and keeps us aiming towards our vision. So within that, we have our intention. Now, this is where we get into the slightly more spiritual, geomantic side of it. Here's my cat again, who takes great delight, if you can hear him, joining me live. Every time I go live, don't you, Smudgely? He's very good at expressing his needs, shall we say. He's very vocal. So fast progression is better than slow agony, if you like, when we're trying to make changes. And that's about letting go of fear. And that's where our intention comes in. So we often say intention works on 2 levels. Sorry, the cat's just knocked my notes everywhere. Intention works on 2 levels, if you like. There's things that we intend to do. So, for instance, me, my health and fitness goals, I intend to eat well and I intend to exercise regularly. That's a goal. That's a clearly defined goal and action that I can take to hit those goals because I know what my long-term vision is for myself. What? What? I'm busy. So, but intention is different. Now, intention is the thing that anchors our energy into the creative source of everything. So intention in this context, as I say, isn't something that we intend to do. Intention is a directed thought or purpose, if you like. And what happens is that it's a way of being. Our intention is a way of being. It's a state of consciousness. So I can intend to do the vacuuming and I do it. That doesn't alter my state of being or my consciousness. My intention is to be the best version of myself that I can be. That is my intention. So that is a state of being. It's a state of consciousness. So intention isn't something you intend to do. As I say, it's a state of being. It's a state of consciousness. Now, when we become aware of our consciousness, that's to say, we become aware. We become aware of our impact on our own life. We become aware that we are creators of our own reality. We become aware of the importance of personal and spiritual development in creating the success that we want. If we're not operating at our best or willing to invest in ourselves to grow, then we're not going to achieve the level of awareness and consciousness we require to create that life that we're looking for. Otherwise, we would already have it. If we were at a state now where we were capable of creating that life that we so want, of financial abundance and time freedom, we would already have it. So we need to change who we are. And this is where your intention plugs you into the source energy, if you like, of the universe, so that the frequency, we're going back to the law of attention now, the frequency of our intention goes out there into this like matrix of energy. And this matrix of energy is the source energy of creation. So we're going into the realms of quantum physics now and consciousness. It's all very exciting. So in effect then, your intention gives you the ability to go with the laws of nature and create anything that you want. So when we'll go in, I won't talk about elemental consciousness at the moment, which is the consciousness in nature who create matter. But in essence, you can work with that level of consciousness because their remit is the creation of the physical reality. So they will help you. And I mean physical reality, but I also mean opportunities and synchronicities and things. The universe presents us with things that we need to grow. Now, some of those growing and learning experiences can be pleasant. Some of them can be extremely challenging. And this is why it's important to learn to work through resistance, to work through fear. Because if we don't work through that resistance of fear, everything that we want is actually on the other side of it. So, you know, working through things like money mindset blocks, the fear of investing in yourself, you are the one tool that you've got really that you can rely on, and my cat, to create the reality that you want. So people will often say to me, like, oh, I want to expand my business or I want to grow. And then we get to the level where we're talking about money and investing in themselves. And they're kind of like, oh, you know, to grow a business, I've got to invest. It's like, well, you name me one business where you haven't got to invest, and you are your business. So invest in yourself, because that's the thing that's going to give you what you want is you. No one else is going to step in and do it for you. So there might be skills that you need to master. That might be everything from marketing to personal development to meditation to whatever it may be to enable you to thrive. So never be shy of investing in yourself. You know, if we really want something, we'll make it happen. You know, when young women are desperate, working towards their marriage, they will save up a fortune to pay for a wedding dress and a wedding reception. If one of your loved ones is dying on the other side of the planet and you've got so many hours to get there, you will find that money for a plane ticket. Now, when it comes to investing in ourselves and saying, right, you need to invest X £1,000 in yourself for the next 12 months to learn that, then people go, oh, seems rather expensive. Compared to what? Ask yourself that. Compared to what? Expensive compared to what? You are the creator of your own reality. To not want to invest in yourself is a huge mental block about your self-worth, about what you feel you can achieve, about how important you are to yourself. So we have a soul's path. We're born here to do something. And money is that expression of commitment in today's world. I do one-to-one mentoring, I do coaching, and I also have self-taught packages that people can do. And I know that the self-taught ones, people buy into them, yes, because they're afraid of investing in the higher level mentoring that I provide. But I also know that with the self-taught, there's no accountability, and I can see who's working through the programs and who isn't. Now, without somebody mentoring you, holding you accountable to what you haven't done. There are so many self-taught programs that people buy for their personal development, and they go in and do stage one, and they hit that resistance of, oh my God, I've got to change. This doesn't feel comfortable, therefore it can't be right, which is what a lot of spiritual people do. Oh, this doesn't feel right. This doesn't feel right, therefore I'm not supposed to be doing it. And they don't push through that resistance. Now, it's not a question of doing something that's completely misaligned to your soul's path. That would be foolish. But it's about knowing that you want to be there and you're here and there's a hump in the road. Now, do you just stop and wait at that hump and go, no, it doesn't feel right, I'm not going to climb that hump? You work your way over it. And that's what mentoring does. Is what mentoring helped me so much with, was that money mindset business. Because I can see energy, in a way it was arrogant of me to think that, oh, I can see energy, therefore everything should be easy. Just because I can see energy doesn't make life easy. I still have the same fears and the same worries and the same things that crop up in my head as everybody else does. You know, can I do this? Am I good enough for people? Is my mentoring good enough? Of course, we all have those feelings. And let's get back to the point now. And this is intention. So intention, oh, sorry, my cat's on my lap. It completely threw me off. I'll hold him up again in a minute. I think he's got fleas. Anyway, we got fox den at the bottom of the garden. And this time of year, they're very busy, shall we say. And you just pick up the odd passenger, I think. So yeah, the power of intention. Now, intention, if you like, is not just a human force. Intention is one of the forces, if you like, the universal laws almost, one of the forces behind the universe. It's an all-pervading force that allows the action of creation to take place. A flower has the intention of being a flower. You know, a matter, an atom, the force behind creation is intention. The universe is conscious and moves forward with intention, and we are an individual expression of the source intention of learning and growing. So our individual life is one of those players, or like, you know, we're a player on a stage, and we're contributing to the knowledge bank of the conscious universe as it wants to grow. So we have an individual experience, but we're part of this oneness. Everything is one. So the power of intention is what keeps everything creating and moving forward. And it's better if you can focus your intention in the right way, so that you are creating and manifesting the life that you want, that allows you to grow and develop and find out what you're really capable of, because that adds to the knowledge bank of the universe trying to grow and learn and see what it's capable of. As a conscious entity, the universe is conscious. It's not just a load of space with planets floating around it. When we go into the realms of quantum physics, the universe is conscious. When we have an intent, then our energy frequency goes out there, and the universe mirrors back our intention to us. So that energy is not something that you sit down and create. Your intention is part of you. It's part of your deep personality. It's part of your deep identity of who you are. So it's really important that we get that intention in our lives under our control, if you like. We'll never be completely under our control, but that we're operating in a space of intention that serves us and serves humanity, serves the planet, serves for the highest good. So, got my notes, sorry, I've had to get them from under my cat. So what happens is when we have intent, that intent, if you like, acts like a tuning fork and will align itself, or other fields will resonate with your intent. So as I say, if we're intent on living a life of abundance, then the universe resonates at the frequency of abundance and we create abundance. If our intent is that we're unconsciously intent on struggle, then we resonate in the frequency of struggle, and we create scarcity. We create more of the same. So when we're looking to change that, when we're looking to get to the truth of ourselves, we want to change that resonance. We want to change that intention. Now, the best way to do that, the best way to create abundance, if you like, is to let go of all the ego-driven intent. So it'd be greed, fear, revenge, self-aggrandizement. Aren't I wonderful? I just want money for the sake of having money, whatever it may be. So we attract what we focus on, as I say. So it's important that our intention is focused on abundance, manifesting for the highest good, getting our voice out there to the world so we can help other people live there to the best of their ability, to the best of their soul's path. What happens then as a result of that is that you get the opportunity, you get the financial reward, you get the time freedom, because you're not coming from a place of greed. If we focus only on attracting money for money's sake, then we won't get it. And as I say, money is the energy of commitment. Now, a lot of people's lives are tied up in this energy of money. Let's make no bones about it. Now, money is the energy of commitment. As I say, when we're committed to change, we have to invest in ourselves, and that means parting with money. And my first investment was extremely difficult because I had to sell my car. And I needed a car, but I sold my car to invest in my first mentor. And I soon got the money back to get another car. But I had to make that commitment to the universe, if you like, to show it that I meant business, to show what my intention was. My intention was to grow and develop. So money is the energy of commitment. Many of us want more of it. But it's not that we want money for money's sake, is it? You know, financial abundance gives us freedom. It gives us freedom of choice, freedom of movement, freedom of time, freedom from worry, freedom to be creative, freedom to help other people. In my case, freedom to help women's refugees, from women who have escaped abusive marriage, things like that. So it's not that you just want to sit and look at it and count it, but it frees up your time. So, and one of the ways of bringing the energy of money into your life is through your intention. Intention is incredibly important. So let's look at how powerful intention actually is. I've gone on too long already. So I don't know what it is today. My brain's just sort of kind of gone, I don't know whether it must be hormones. So if we think that our intent can't impact on our environment, this all sounds a bit strange and a bit weird and a bit wonderful. Anybody familiar with the work of Dr. Masaru Emoto, looking at water crystals, how water responds to our intention, will know that this is incredibly valuable. And of course, he was subject to all sorts of ridicule, that it was all pseudoscience and all the rest of it. But anybody making breakthroughs in scientific discoveries is always subjected to that kind of ridicule. Dr. Gerald Pollack, looking at the fourth stage of water, H3O2, was another one who was subjected to this. Research into homeopathy, I've forgotten the gentleman's name now, he was ridiculed and struck off when he said actually water can not only hold information, it can also transmit it across distances. And water is a fascinating subject because water within your body is one of the carriers of your intent, and it's one of the carriers that actually transmit it out there into the wider universe. And this is why working with elemental consciousnesses of earth, air, fire, water and everything in between is actually really important, because they are a mechanism through which we can carry the fire in our belly, the passion in our heart, our thoughts and our emotions go through the 5 elements. And it's their energy matrix that we're tapping into that help us then create the reality of our life. So whatever we think impacts our environment. So if we think love in the water crystals, we have these beautiful symmetrical water crystals. If you think hate, they were jagged, asymmetrical, they weren't pleasant to look at. So your intent actually has an impact on the physicality of your surrounding. So if you're having really negative thoughts very often, what you're doing is you're imbibing the water within your body with negative intent. You're embodying negativity. That water is transmitting negativity to your surroundings. All the water in your surroundings are carrying negativity, therefore they attract more of the same. Now, there is so much poor emotion, if you like, in the world today, and water is a huge carrier of emotion, that you really want to make sure that your emotions are, and your intent is of, you're in a safe, secure place, you know what you want to do, you're looking positive, you're able to work through resistance and work through fear without going back into those negative cycles. So the power of your intent goes out there into the conscious matrix of the universe, but it also affects the very physical fabric of your body and your reality. So your intention of what you want for your life is crucial. Now, if you're, as I say, if you're not in a state in a life at the moment where you are in a place that you are happy with, that you are manifesting or have manifested, or you know how to manifest what you want, you're clear on your goals, you're clear on, you don't have to know everything. You don't have to look at your future and go, right, I've mapped it out and know exactly, because that's holding on. That's, you just, if you think, I've got talents and I've got a voice and I've got things that can help other people, then you know, that's, bloody cat, then that's where you want to be aiming. What you don't want to be aiming for, if you like, do is a life where we're stuck and we're just going through the motions and we just drink too much on a Friday night because we're so glad the week's over, and we get up on a Monday morning going, oh God, Monday. You know, what is that? Is that really living? I don't think it is. I think, you know, don't get me wrong, everybody goes through struggles and everybody goes through resistance and things happen, and they always do, but it's how we deal with it. It's where we keep our intention on a daily basis of, I intend to make the best. It doesn't mean we have to stay high vibe all the time, because that's toxic. What we have to do is learn to process the negativity when we're feeling down, when we're feeling anxious. We have to sit with those emotions, understand where they're coming from, give thanks for them and let them go. But we can't just bottle them down. So intention is also how we deal with the challenges in our life so that we're able to work through them. So a bit of a not quite a clear as live as I wanted to be. I think having my cat crawl all over me didn't help. But yeah, so intention is the power within you that plugs into all energy of creation. And it's the mechanism by which creation is actioned. And intention has not just an energetic quality, it also physically impacts your surroundings. So if you're looking around your surroundings now thinking, oh my God, what have I created? Or I'm not happy with what I created, or I've got so much more to do. How am I going to do it in life if I don't get out of this hamster wheel of work and being a wife and being a mother, and work and being a wife and being a mother? How am I going to get off this wheel? You know, now's the time to have a conversation with me. Invest in yourself. Learning how to step into your power, learning how to align yourselves to these forces of creation, to the conscious forces in the universe, to the conscious forces in nature all around you. They can really enable you to unlock power and potential in yourself that many people aren't even aware of. So if you're watching this and you're aware of it, yeah, jump on a call with me if you're ready to invest. That I run a 12-month one-to-one mentoring program, which is an investment. But what I will do is we have one-to-one coaching sessions where I will look at the energy and consciousness in your environment, in your home, in your work, because I've been doing this for many years. I'll look at the energy that surrounds you, the subtle energy that surrounds you in your life. I will help you to communicate with that energy in a real meaningful, practical way so that you can create real change in your life. And over the 12 months, you'll learn about all how to manage and work with those energies as it changes through the solar and lunar cycles. So by the end, you've done a complete cycle. So you'll know what to expect in the spring, summer, autumn, winter. You know how the moons affect you, and you'll know how it affects you in the sort of houses of your astrology. You'll also know how to work with nature consciousness and nature elementals and how to communicate with them so that you can receive and be guided by that information and act upon it. Because as I say, elemental consciousness their role is the conditions of matter. Their role is to create the physical and dense universe that we speak. You have your own elemental helping you with your body, but not many people acknowledge that elemental. Lots of people talk about spirit guides and, oh, you know, my guides and angels and this. What about the very basic elemental that helps create your body, that helps create your physical reality, but it also forms the bridge between your physical body and your altered states of expanded awareness, because that elemental helps you with your neurochemistry. You're capable of having out-of-body and altered states of consciousness without resorting to LSD, ayahuasca, magic mushrooms, cannabis, whatever it may be, because that neurochemistry is triggered by the earth, by the sun, by the moon, by changes in the light spectrum. That elemental consciousness can help you expand your awareness when you learn to talk to it. There's a subtle matrix of energy that is the Earth's consciousness covering the Earth's surface. And tap into the Earth's consciousness, by default you tap into the energy of the wider consciousness of the universe. And working with the realm of spirit and elementals, if you like, by spirit I mean spirits of nature, spirits of whatever, spirit of your business, spirit of money. They all have a consciousness. By working with those, they are key players in how your life plans out. So it's much better to have an open conversation, dialogue with them. When you're clear about where you want to be and what your goals are and what you want to bring to humanity, then they will work with you. But if you come from a place of ego, you're driven, I just want to be famous, I just want to be rich, I just want to be this, because that's a place of ego. And basically they're going to sit there and stick two fingers up at you. It's not going to work out if you come from a place of ego, and you can actually even attract really a negative energy then that can really bring you down and really disrupt your life. So the power of your intention, I hope you can see, is absolutely huge. So if you want to work one-to-one with me, that's the program. If you're not sure, if you just not quite there yet, I do almost self-taught a larger program with just some minor support from me. And then, as I say, there's some self-taught programs if you're really not there yet and you're not ready to make that investment in yourself. But I will say you are the most powerful tool and mechanism and support system that you have in your life, and nobody else is going to come in and change your life for you. So up your game, up your standards, stop being available anymore for the stuff that you don't want, and drop me a message below if you want to talk to me. But yeah, watch your thoughts, watch your emotions, and watch your intention. I'm not saying stay high vibe all the time, we can't possibly do that, but really look at how you're feeling as a soul down here to do something. Are you doing what you came in to do? Right, I will go and leave you all to it now. And if anybody wants to join me live tomorrow, my group Divine and Feminine CEOs, I'll be there at 12 tomorrow. And we will be doing some experiments with your intention and water. So if you've got a dowsing crystal or a dowsing rod or a dowsing pendulum, please join me in the group, because I will be doing intention with water to show you how powerful your intent is. So hope you join me tomorrow. If you're not in the group already, you can find it on Facebook. Just type in Divine Feminine CEOs and click join the group, and I'll put the link in below this live when I finish. All right then, take care everybody, and I will see you soon. Bye.